Hey everyone, welcome to the Goofy Guy.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Woo-hoo. Hey,
Yay!
how's everybody? How you doing, Julie?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you very much. I'm wearing my brand new shirt
I
somebody gave
see
me.
that. I see that. It looks so good.
Yes, it fits well. It's nice. It goes with my coloring. It's a very nice shirt.
Yes, it is a
yes.
very nice shirt. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Mhm.
Where did you get that?
A super special friend gave it to me.
Oh,
The
that was so
Goofy
nice of
Guy.
them. Oh,
The Goofy Guy.
I know him.
I know him.
I know him.
What's his name
I
again?
know him.
forget.
Oh, hey, I'm the Goofy Guy, Jim Spangler, your host. And that lovely person that I'm talking to is my dear, dear friend and lovely co-host, Ms.
Aw.
Julie Flaherty.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Jim. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hey, this is episode 105,
Isn't
I
that crazy?
believe.
That's crazy.
Is that right? I think that's right.
I want to say yes.
I want to say yes. Don't hold me to that, but I can tell you it's for 3/29/2021. So March 29th, 2021.
Yes. We are streaming live on
28.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was like, okay,
Yes,
you're messing
that's
with me now.
exactly
We
right.
time
Oh, sorry,
travel
you're
is
right.
freaking
You're
me
right.
out,
Oh,
man.
yeah. That's probably.
Yeah.
I ought to check. I ought to check what the title of this too is. I think that's probably the wrong date. Oh well, for some reason I had the 29th on the. That's like I think that you're born on the. It's like I always think you're born on the 1st.
I know that's not a true statement, but that's
I know
okay.
it's not true, but that's what I think.
I know.
It's the story I tell myself.
Is it? That's
it
nice.
is.
That's
it is
nice
the story I tell myself.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, Miss Julie?
I'm doing all right. You know, we had really nice weather for like all day yesterday.
Yeah.
So we cleaned out our garage, which is at least a twice a summer thing at my house.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of people who bring a lot of crap to my house. I don't know why that is. Marty has a dream to park in the garage. It's been a dream for 23 years. It still hasn't happened. So, you know, whatever. We give him hope. And then rip that stuff right away from him. But anyway, so we cleaned the garage out and then went out to dinner with some friends. And then right at 11 o'clock, we got a hailstorm. And I mean quarter size hail storm.
Really?
Oh, It was terrible. Like it shook our house. It was crazy.
That's bad.
And then woke up this morning to check both cars who have hail damage.
Oh, yay.
So, you know, you have a great day in Indiana. And then it says, wait, hold my beer. And you're like, okay.
Well, if you don't like the weather in Indiana, wait 5 minutes.
Right. It'll change. It'll change. But it's been cold. It was 72 degrees yesterday afternoon.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's been in the low 30s all day today.
Yeah, well, that's why you got the hail. That came flying through.
Yes.
And instead of just rain, it got cold so fast that it froze. Wow.
Right.
Listen to me, Mr. Meteorologist. Like I really know what I'm talking about.
Swoop. Yeah. Swoop McLean.
That's exactly
you know
right.
That is.
Yeah. I remember Swoop McLean.
Yeah. So we had a great day, got a lot done, had a wonderful dinner with some friends.
Good.
And then hail damage.
And then hail damage.
Hail damage. Yeah. So
that's not so good.
Yeah.
Wah.
So we have all that to deal with next week, but that's okay. It's just part of life. And it's just cars. We're fine. You know, all that good stuff. So
I saw somebody post on Facebook, what kind of weather scares you the most? And for me, it's always high wind.
Oh, is it?
I hate high wind. I hate the sound of it. I hate the thought of tornadoes because I think I grew up in Indiana and we had that all the time. And so just high wind really bothers me. Heavy rain doesn't bother me. Thunder and lightning doesn't really bother me. High wind.
Oh, weird. That's weird. Well, I hate lightning and the such.
Yeah. So, well, you hate it when the power goes out and it's dark.
No, I don't like it at all. I don't like darkness. So I don't like that at all. But yeah, you know, because I'm a grown up and because I'm a grown up. But yeah, no. So like I said, it was hail.
That would explain all the click lights around your house.
I know. Tap light. Yeah. You know how I love me a tap light. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I know our podcast is out there from last week. Yeah.
That's right. Check the podcast from last week.
I'm a fan of the tap light. Yeah.
We talk about the tap light.
Yes. The Epcot tap light.
The Epcot tap light.
It's going to be big.
Spaceship Earth. It's going to be big. It's going to be big.
It's going to be big, everyone.
It's going to be beautiful. It is going to be beautiful.
Yes.
We are just we just were laughing about the
It's
maintenance
yeah,
of
it
it that we
still
just
looks like
don't
a tap light.
understand.
I just can't get past
Oh,
the tap light.
I know.
So
I know. It's just a big tap light.
so you had a good weekend, you said?
I did have, and I had a good week. I got my first Fauci ouchie.
Yay.
So I got my first round of my COVID vaccination, which I'm really
Mhm.
pleased about.
Yes.
I had a little bit of side effects the next day, not really a fever, but feeling kind of feverish.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Just a little bit achy and chill. But then it was gone.
You were chill.
So
It was
I was
chill.
just chill.
Very
Chill.
80s, everyone. That
I
means
am so
cool.
chill because you know
Welcome.
me. I am so chill.
You're so
I'm
chill.
so
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was fine. And this weekend, like I talked before we started, I worked a lot on Goofy Guy stuff.
Yeah. Look at you getting all organized.
I know.
Boss
It's
man.
kind of scary. You almost might think I want this to like go for real or something. I
What?
don't know.
I don't know. I'll
After a
wait for the
year.
memo with the TPS report on the top.
Yeah. The real. The
Yeah.
real. We've only been doing it for a year.
I
So, over
Yes.
100 episodes. You'd think I would think it was real.
I know, but it is what it is.
So
It is
yeah.
what it is.
So I did all that this weekend. Felt pretty good about it. The weather's been pretty nice here. 50-ish about average. So
Always have to be better than me.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's manipulating the weather, everyone.
That's what I'm doing. I am manipulating the weather in Indiana so that our weather in Chicago is better than yours in Indiana. That's it. That's it. Well, now that you found out, I got to do something else.
I know. You got to
I
figure
have to figure something
new.
else out now.
Something new.
See if I can put some stuff in your garage.
Marty would love that. I just cleared a space.
Yeah. Well,
the middle is empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
There you
It's
go.
very strange.
All right. Good. Hey, I have an idea.
What?
Let's talk about some news.
Sure.
I love that sound so much.
I know.
It makes me so happy.
You'd think I practiced or something.
I know. It's not even a thing, is it? So, hey, first in the news is something interesting that I think we should talk about. Walt Disney World is testing facial recognition at entry points.
Yes.
Specifically, entry point to Magic Kingdom is where they were testing it. But
but
I think somebody said they might have been testing it at a place in Epcot. I don't quite remember if I read that correctly or not, but I know the Magic Kingdom.
Right.
They're not doing fingerprint things anymore. And that was never fingerprint. It was metrics. It was just sizing and weird stuff.
Yeah.
So now they're doing this facial recognition, and I kind of put a word out. I was like, why are they doing this? Why? I was like, I don't understand. And the answer I kept getting back was to limit touch points. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's the answer you got.
That's the answer I got. And that's the answer Disney is giving, right? But I've been thinking there has been a lot of reports about people being banned from Disney. Like if you're not wearing your mask correctly, you're banned. You're out. You can't ever come back.
So they reopened in July the 10th.
June.
I'm sorry, June 10th. That's right. Because I was down there and left the day before they reopened.
That's exactly right. You left on the 9th. I remember that.
So frustrated. Anyway, but since that point, if we think about it, and I don't have the statistic.
I don't either.
Legally, don't have the statistic. But they have banned more people in the last year, we'll call it, since COVID, the great reopening. Since they have probably
the great reopening. I love it.
Reopening. Dun, dun, dun. They've banned more people from then to now than they have in a long time. Yeah, in a long time. So you got to keep track of that. You know how you keep track of that? Facial recognition.
Facial recognition, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. That's exactly what I thought. Because I thought, how could they prevent those people from coming back? They can't. Yeah. It would be absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
To do that. And I also believe, just from a security standpoint, right? Let's not be
Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man. Georgia woman.
A Georgia woman. Yeah.
Let's if you need references, go back.
Go back. It's just
go back.
Just go back.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't know who Florida Man is, you live under a rock.
You do live under a rock.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I kind of feel like, yes, it's so that they can limit touch points and they can still identify you. I do agree with that. I do think that is a reason that they're doing it.
Yes.
But I also believe that this is a security measure for them, and not to make sure you're trading passes. That's not the security measure, right? The security measure is to make sure that people that aren't supposed to be getting in are not getting in.
Right.
So I'm sure there are other reasons for it. And I am sure that if we read the fine print, we would find that by using facial recognition at the entrance to the park, they can use facial recognition anywhere in the park.
Absolutely. I mean, once again, we've talked about this ad infinitum. There are cameras everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. And I am always shocked.
Even outside of Disney, there are cameras everywhere. So let me say that again.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you carry a phone, there are cameras everywhere. There's GPS everywhere. Yeah. So I'm not going to get all crazy about it. But the reality is people want to know where you are.
Yeah.
And where you should be.
That's right. And, I am certainly not conspiracy theory man by any stretch. But I just think that we're not getting the full story.
Right.
And I don't mind the facial recognition technology because I don't do anything that I should have to mind the facial recognition.
He hangs out with me, but besides that.
Yeah, it's too late. They already know that, though.
I do know that.
They already know that, though. So, if something was going to come of that, they would have, last week they would have done something about that. So we were in the same room, for God's sake.
Yeah.
They could have gotten us good.
Yes, they could have. Yeah.
They could have. So I don't think that's it, but I do think that there's more to it than they're telling us about, which is fine. They don't have to tell us everything.
Yeah.
They don't have to. There's a lot of stuff they don't tell. I don't know how they know which car I'm in on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to give me the little video with me in the car going around. I don't know how that works either. So,
do we want to talk about how these little lovely things connect to your facial recognition?
Yeah, exactly. So, so it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how this all goes and what happens. It'll just be interesting. All right. So that is a thing now.
Yes.
That is a thing. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to bring up is Cindy's castle.
I know.
Is looking beautiful.
I know. You were nervous.
I was nervous. And if you look here, you can see where a little bunting on the castle. You can also see where they're getting ready to finish up the painting on the flat parts of the turrets on the front of the castle. They've sanded them down so that they could get the painting done. And I don't remember, are those going to be gold or are they going to be blue? I don't remember from the pictures. Yeah, I don't remember from the pictures either. Yeah. But yes, I was a little nervous about her, but I actually like it. I think it's going to be nice. It does not look as gaudy in person as it did in that image.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. No. I mean, that's just honest.
And when we were there, we spent a lot of time around the turrets and around the backside. And we actually, it was really cute. We happened upon these little social influencer girls, Instagram girls who were freaking adorable.
They were so sweet.
And if you're listening, you girls just made my whole day. And they probably spent 45 minutes trying to get the perfect shot. But we were very close to looking at the bunting and checking out some of the painting. And it was really nice to sit there for a while and really take it all in. Yeah. So we were at a good angle for it. And they were absolutely adorable and I couldn't walk away. So
yeah, they were absolutely adorable. I totally agree. And that is something that I think after my experience with which we all know I hated, the 25th anniversary Kate Castle. I wasn't the only one. That was very divisive, right? You either loved it or you hated it.
Right.
And I have lots of friends that absolutely loved it, that thought it was just brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
No accounting for taste.
Tell us how you feel, Jim.
Yeah, no accounting for taste. But I do think Cindy is looking really good.
Yeah,
And
I love
I
it.
think, we saw her a couple times in the morning where she was just glowing. I mean, she's just breathtaking sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm pleased with what's happening. I really like what they're doing.
Right. Those twilight hours are just
Oh,
amazingly spectacular. And I
she
know
is
I overuse
just-
that word, so calm down.
Oh, she just glows.
But she was. It looked like she was just gilded in gold in the mornings.
Just amazing.
And in the evenings.
Yeah,
So,
just breathtaking.
Mhm.
Just breathtaking
Mhm.
during that golden hour of pictures. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. If you like to take pictures of that castle,
You're gonna get good ones.
Yeah, you're gonna get some good ones.
Yes, you are.
Because she is looking really, really good.
Mhm.
Which just makes me very happy, honestly.
Yeah.
So, little news about the Brightline train. We all know the high-speed train. We all know that the Magical Express is leaving after this year.
Yes.
And we all know why. We've talked about that, why they ended that contract and the amount of people that are riding the bus and this, and that, and the other. We also talked about the fact that the Brightline high-speed train is going to come to Walt Disney World. They're going to have a stop at Disney Springs.
Yes.
So from now until that happens, you need to catch a Mears van, you need to catch an Uber, a Lyft, a taxi, whatever. If you're not renting a car to get to the parks, which
you could rent a car, you could rent a limo, you could get I know people who could help you with that.
I know somebody that could help you with that too. So we were all kind of, I want to say, led to believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all led to believe that
there was a timeline. Yes.
Yeah, this train was going to show up in late 23, 24.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, the timeline has been changed.
Yes. There's been some pivoting happening. Yeah.
It's been moved a little bit.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that the train is not going to make it to Disney until 2026. Now, this is a high-speed train.
Yeah.
And it's taking until 2026 to get there. That's not high speed.
They didn't say the workers.
If you're getting on the train now, you got a long ride ahead of you.
You better have packed. That's a lot of baggage. Yeah,
that's a lot of baggage.
That's a lot. It's like Cher on tour kind of baggage. You're gonna be changing a lot. Yeah.
Oh,
if you don't get that reference, you're too young.
That's exactly right. What are you doing listening to us?
I don't know. Because we old.
So that's not going to show up until 2026. They're saying now. My guess is it's actually probably going to be even pushed from that.
See, I think we're going to get really lucky. It's going to get close to 2026.
Do you? Okay.
I not only have hope. Yeah. There's too many other pieces. Right? There are too many other places that are waiting for this. So
yeah, it's true. It doesn't just affect Disney.
Once things get lifted and people can really work, I think we'll be surprised at how fast that sucker goes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, and Disney wants it. Disney wants it quick.
Absolutely.
And Universal wants it quick because they're trying to get a stop at the convention center.
Right.
And so it's people are going to want to push this. Through and get this to happen fast. It's already going to happen. It's just how fast is it?
How quickly can they get back on track, so to speak? Yeah,
that's right. So anyway, that's
really full of puns today. Yeah,
that's a little piece of news that I thought was interesting.
Yeah, that was part of our dinner conversation last night. Oddly,
was it?
It was.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So our next piece of news is about the Tron Canopy.
Look at you, man. You're like boom, boom, boom. Ready.
I'm telling you, girl. I got it. I told you I was ready. I told you I was ready for this.
I'm proud of you. Good job.
I know. So the Tron Canopy is finished. I mean, well, the structure is finished.
Right.
The structure is finished, as you can see. They were actually finishing this up while we were there. Every time we looked at it, it looked a little bit fuller. And this picture is actually from a couple of days ago. They're now taking down the supports from that canopy. Yeah. And it looks really good. I think, I know we all want this to get finished quickly. COVID prevented all of that from happening. But I think it looks great. And I think it's going to be such a nice addition to, Tomorrowland and what that land looks like, right? because I feel like it needs something. I also feel like it's, since the People Mover, which we're going to talk about in a minute,
Right.
is not running, when Tron runs, that's going to give just more kinetic energy to that space, which always helps any land. I think it really helps to have something moving, something going on, something.
Well, and that was a Walt thing, right? He liked the layered movement, the air, the land, and the sea movement,
and it really works, because I think about Galaxy's Edge, and I think one of the missing pieces of Galaxy's Edge is there's no kinetic movement. It's just stagnant, right? The only thing that's moving are the people on the ground, and it's kind of missing that feeling of being alive, right? Like it's a fully alive place.
Right.
So so I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be beautiful. And it's big news that canopy structure is done. That's important. That's important stuff. I know. Yay. I know. I totally agree. Thank goodness. Is right. And like I said, I think it looks really good. We have more pavement news. I know you were all waiting.
Oh, I love the pavement news. Now, I have to say, when we were down there, it was so funny how excited people were about the pavement at Epcot. And we spoke to somebody, a cast member.
I'd say the same thing.
Yeah, we spoke to a cast member who, because we talked to them, they tell us things. And this cast member said, if you could have seen the line of people, social influencer people, who were standing there taking pictures with the block of pavement.
I don't get it.
That was our reaction, y'all. Our reaction was
don't get it.
What? I'd have pushed those people over. It's pavement. Who cares?
I don't get it.
Not decorative pavement. It's just pavement.
You should have seen her face. It was classic.
I was literally like, why?
She literally was like, I don't get that at all. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I was stuck on what? Why? Yeah.
He also said that the first Cindy bunting on the castle, when it went up, there was a huge, huge. Who could be the first to post a picture of the new bunting on the castle, right?
Yeah. And I would have been like, Indiana woman pushes down social influencer to get to
exactly
for no reason than to be like, okay, calm down.
And the irony of that is they all show up on social media at the same time.
Yeah.
So nobody's really first.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There is no first.
You're not getting a scoop. Yeah.
No, because unless you have alerts set specifically for that, you're seeing it whenever you get on social media to see it.
Right.
So I do find that interesting. You can count on the goofy guy to never do that.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because we think it's dumb.
And that's not to say that we won't bring you the news, and that eventually I don't want somebody down there to be taking pictures of new stuff, and that as we grow, those things won't happen. But as far as me telling somebody, you have to be there when it opens and get that picture
of cement,
it's never going to happen. Because I don't believe, really, honestly, I don't believe that our tribe cares.
No. They're like, who cares?
I don't.
Why are they talking about this? Because it's
Why are they talking about cement? Yeah, and that's why we're talking.
There was a line.
Yeah. I think it's hysterical. So
it's a made-up cube.
And then we almost took a picture because they had blocked off more cement to replace further cement. We almost took a picture of the blocked off cement to say, "Ooh, we were there. More. We're changing more, right?"
And look, there's a story about more cement.
Yeah, just to be a shit, really, to be honest with you.
Well, we saw one of the metal framing pieces that were up, and then we almost took a picture just to make fun of it. And then,
yes, it's true.
It's
so true.
We were going to turn it into something as a rumor.
Yes, we were.
We couldn't think of anything.
We couldn't think of anything though. It's true. Hey, so the big news this week, and we're going to do. It was big news. What are you talking about? This was huge.
Go ahead. Go.
No, you stole my thunder.
No, I'm upset. Go. Go. I didn't say anything. Go.
Big news. The big news this week actually came out of Disneyland. And the thing that I find interesting is that it's not the news that you think it is. So this image came out, and Disney made an announcement about a new project, Disneyland Forward. And the whole idea of Disneyland Forward is forward thinking at Disneyland. What are the possibilities of what we can do with Disneyland pushing forward? Now, what you need to know is that this is a political campaign. This is not a, hey, this is what we're doing.
Right.
This is to show you what the possibilities of what we can do is. Here's why. Back in the mid-90s, Disney made a deal with Anaheim, that Disneyland made a deal with Anaheim to divide up Disneyland's property into sections and to state what the purpose of each of those sections of land were for. They were either for parks, they were for parking, they were for hotel structures. So there were things.
The zoning. Yeah.
The zoning that Disneyland could only do those things on those plots of land.
Right.
Now, and that was during the Eisner era. So as Disney has tried to expand Disneyland and tried to do more things at Disneyland, they've run into this problem that they made this agreement in the mid-90s saying that these specific plots of land can only be used for certain things.
Right.
Well, Disneyland struggles with land anyway. They are landlocked, unlike Walt Disney World.
Right.
And expansion is very hard for them. And a lot of expansion now is very hard for them because of this. If you'll remember, they were going to put up that luxury hotel earlier in this century, and actually earlier in this decade.
Right.
And that fell through because they couldn't get Anaheim to go for it. Part of that was because they wanted a huge tax break. So what Disney is doing with this Disneyland Forward is that they are rallying the support of the Anaheim community and the city council around the idea of Anaheim growth. And they feel like this is the perfect time to do it because of everything that's happened with COVID. And if you read carefully what they've put out, they talk about these are the things we could do. We could do a Peter Pan land. We could do a Tangled world. We could do,
Frozen. They could do
correct. We could do Frozen. We could do Arendelle. We could do all those things. And look how many jobs that's going to create. And look how much tourism that's going to bring. Look how much that's going to provide the community if we're able to expand the way that we really want to expand. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there's something that you can sign in support of this now.
You can. I mean, the reality is they own the land, right? So check one, they already own the land. Number two, the deal that was made, like you were talking about, it was made in a time when Anaheim held the higher power.
Correct.
They no longer do that because they are in such a financial twist. Literally, they are in a financial panty twist. They've had to file for loans and things because they're in so much debt.
And I actually think what they're going to, their budget is $180 million in the red this year alone.
Right.
I think is what I read.
Yeah.
For Anaheim. And Anaheim is not a big place.
Right. So at this point, Disney should be able to do whatever they want. Now, what they're trying to do, and they'll win. I mean, we all know they'll win. And that's fine. They're trying to show the visual support through these signature petitions, whatever.
Right.
But what they're going to prove, which it's not going to take a whole lot, but a check. Let's make sure the zoning is all the same, so we can do whatever we want to do, and make that whatever that needs to be, so we can do whatever we want to do, because that will bring in money. It'll bring in tourism. It'll bring in a lot more.
Right.
Because you need the money.
That's
we can do this and bring you money, or if
and
you keep the zoning where it is, we may or may not do anything to it.
Right. And if you just followed social media and didn't look into this, you would have been like, oh my God, Disneyland's expanding. They're adding a new park. They're adding new blah, blah, blah. That's not it. And if you look at the image that they give us, the one that's up here, and there was a second image for, this is the west side. There's a second image for the east side where they're wanting to build another like marketplace.
Right.
There is very little detail on this at all.
Well, and there's a reason they're not required to give their full description and plan into, I want to say 2023, 2020.
That's when they want to submit it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's when they're supposed to submit it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing the point I was getting at is that social media went crazy without understanding what this was about.
Right.
Rumors were flying. Word was out there. Everybody was getting all excited before they actually knew what this was. And thank you, Dusty Sage and Braden over at Mickey Views for making sense of what was going on.
Well, and if you look at like SF Gate and local news entities there as well, they spell it out pretty.
Right. And so I just wanted on this broadcast, on this video and podcast, I just wanted to be very clear about what's going on. I didn't want false information being put out there, and for people to get excited about something that is not true. Yeah. We're all in a wait and see position.
Well, and it's a huge maybe of what it could be possibly eventually.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's exciting. Don't get me wrong. The prospect of Disneyland expanding is exciting. I completely agree with that. It would be great for the company. It would be great for Disneyland. But let's tap down what people are talking about, because make sure you know what you're talking about before you do. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this runs its course. I think the time is right for Disney to do this. I think they made a smart decision. Bob Chapek was very smart in saying it's now or never, because Anaheim needs this right now.
Well, and Disney needs it. They especially at Disneyland, they need fresh meat somewhere in Disneyland. They really do. I mean, they need something new to build that excitement again. And I agree with you. Now's the time, because the power has shifted, because the money has shifted. So
yeah.
But that's that's political all over the place. It's all about the money.
Yep.
He who has the money has the power. And right now, Anaheim doesn't have a whole lot. So
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So that is, that's what that's all about. I just wanted to bring that up. It is big news. I think it's important to talk about it, but I think it's important to talk about it in the correct context of what it is. I don't want to put a damper on anybody's excitement about this at all. I just want to be realistic about what's actually happening. Right. So, Anywho, back to further news. My script keeps going away. Okay. The People Mover. I said we were going to talk about it.
Yes.
Cast members are reporting.
Yes.
So you never know. Right. But they have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Cast members are reporting that the People Mover is going to open on Easter.
Yes.
On April 4th. Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yes.
It just makes me sad that
if it happens, it'll make me happy.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Well, I think it's going to happen. I think it is going to happen. And we saw the trains on the track. They weren't moving, but they were out on the track. Yeah. I think they've made the improvements that they needed to make. I mean, it's been down for over a year.
Yeah.
But we've talked about it in past podcasts about what needed to happen and what needed to be done. And I think that they've probably finally got that taken care of. And I'm really excited to get it back up and running.
I miss it.
I miss it too, and I know a lot of other people miss it.
I miss writing it. I love to write it, but I miss, as we talked about earlier, in the podcast, that it's that another layer of movement, right? So
Right.
it just adds another layer of ambiance to the whole area, and excitement, and community, right?
That's exactly right. That's
yeah.
exactly right. I
Yeah.
totally agree. Hey, Disney, because of its 50th anniversary, is officially getting officially. Now there have been other ones, but this is like an official license plate.
Yeah, it's super cute.
Super cute.
I wish we
Love
could
this
get
license
one
plate.
here.
I know. I want this license
I do
plate.
too. Yeah.
I totally agree. Super cute, but it is exciting that they are finally getting an official license plate. I think that
yes, their first one.
It's their first one, and I think it's just exciting, right? I just find it exciting, and
it's pretty.
like I said, if I were in Florida, I would get one.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yep.
As would all of us Disney nerds.
Yes.
Disney geeks. We would all get it. So yes, please, right?
Right.
So I just wanted to bring that up. I think it looks great. I think the 50 logo is great on it. It's just a beautiful license plate. So much better than the Illinois license plate.
Well,
and the Indiana license plate.
one. I know. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I have to say that
I would renew that one as much as I could.
Did you know that Illinois has more vanity plates than any other state in the country?
It doesn't surprise me.
Isn't that crazy?
We've had vanity plates for a good long time.
I know, but to think that, like, why doesn't California have more vanity plates?
I think they're too expensive there. They're very expensive. Yeah. I mean, in some states, they're very, very expensive.
Yeah, that's probably true.
We've just had them for a long time because it just happened. So then we just kept it. So
and Illinois, I just think it's funny that Illinois has the most. I just think that's just crazy.
It is weird. Yeah,
it is weird. Okay, I'm going to bring this up because you all know that I love cupcakes. I love cupcakes, and I'm heartbroken that this cupcake was not available when we were there. Because it would have gone in my belly.
Yeah,
in my belly.
Yeah.
Look at this adorable.
Yeah. How cute is that?
That cupcake. So that is a lemon curd cupcake that you can get at the Boardwalk Bakery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I just think it is adorable for the spring. Cute. It's so springy looking. And I just want to put my face in it. It looks so good. My
you're
face,
an adult.
I know, but my face needs to be in it.
Just let that
go. So hey, Disney, if you're listening, send one of those to me because I will do it on air. I will put
my God.
I will put my face in it on air. I'm telling you now.
Somebody get that man a cupcake. Somebody.
I know.
Anybody?
I know. I need one so badly.
Now. Order one right now.
Don't send it to her. Send it to me.
No, I would eat one, but I'm not going to eat it on air.
I will eat it on air.
I'm a fat girl.
Or I guess it's down here now. You're down here now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because I think it's just adorable.
Yeah, it's cute.
I think it's really cute. It's not really newsworthy.
No, but
let's
it's
be
cute.
real. But it's
cute. It looks yummy.
It does look yummy.
You don't have any of one cut? What it looks like on the inside?
I don't.
What kind of reporter are you, man? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you have an image of it?
Excited.
Did you have any picture of it?
No.
Thank you.
Nope.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But it's cute. Yeah. You're welcome. Seriously, somebody send one of those to Jim. I want to see.
Can you imagine? I just want everybody out there to imagine listening to us on this podcast. Can you imagine us being together for a full week?
Yeah, in the same room. Yeah,
in the same room.
Yeah.
It was like this all the time.
I will tell you. At one point, he said, "No talkie, I sleepy." I'm gonna go for a walk now.
I did say that, and she did leave the room.
I'm like, I gotta go.
Yeah. She kept talking to me. I was obviously trying to sleep, and she kept talking to me.
No, you flipped over and looked me dead in the eye, and then I talked to you, and you was like, "No talkie, I sleepy." I'm like, then why'd you look at me in the face? You looked dead in the eye. I'm like, that's it, I'm out. And then you couldn't find me, so you were scared. So whatever.
Oh, was that time?
Yeah,
that wasn't that time. No, it wasn't. No, that time was when you went out. You were like going to go get food or something. No, or coffee or something. And I was like, this is a whole other podcast. Anyway.
He's such a baby. You lose me for an hour and a half. You don't know what to do with yourself. Anyway.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So hey, I do have a question for you though. Is there I have been seeing on social media pop up
Yeah.
quite a bit about cruises
Yeah.
and Disney Cruise Line. And I'll be honest with you, I don't read that
You don't read it?
because I don't read it.
No, no, no.
Because I
Let's not
know that
add anything. You just
it
don't. Yeah.
doesn't. It
No.
doesn't add anything to my life.
No.
I love cruises, and the best family vacation I've ever been on was a Disney cruise.
Absolutely.
Bar
100%.
none. We took the kids to Disney World
Yeah.
a couple of times and a Disney cruise, and the Disney cruise by far
Mhm.
was the better vacation.
Yeah. Well, you know, we met our Belgian friends on a Disney cruise,
That's right.
and
That's right.
and
Shout out
have
to
been,
Jensen and Ellen.
yes, who do listen and watch, by the way. Yeah, they do. They do. They think we're hysterical.
I don't
don't know why.
understand that. I
I
don't
don't
get
either,
it.
but apparently we're funny. Anyway, so yeah, no, cruises are big, right? I mean, that's my thing. I love me a cruise. I
Yep.
would live on a cruise ship if I could.
Yep.
Marty's just not there yet. Not
No,
there
I
yet.
get it. I get it.
So here's the deal. Cruises have been on the water for a little while now, and what they're doing is what's being dubbed a staycation, right? So when I've talked about this before, it was way back when, so I'll revisit it very quickly. But cruises are not allowed by the Coast Guard to not have ports of call. Well, ports aren't open. So what we run into are cruise lines like Princess, Viking, Cunard, MSC. Now Disney wants to join the ranks of doing what's called a staycation cruise. So they would take you out to either their private island or keep you on the water for a little while to have only days at sea and then come back. The cruises that are out right now are not allowed to do more than 7 days. They're really not allowed to do like more than 4 or 5 days, for the most part. The cruises I'm talking about, like MSC has been cruising in Italy, Italians in Italy. Disney's looking at doing UK cruises. So you have to be in the UK or from the UK in order to cruise on the ship around the UK and back, or offshore and come back. And that's what they're looking at. Jim had mentioned this to me specifically, and I'm like, honey, I get stuff about these staycations right now because it's the only thing available. If you want it bad enough, and you are from the United States, which is where most of our listeners are, you've got to think about things like we've talked about before. COVID testing before you go, making sure all your vaccinations are done and you've got your little passport ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because these cruise lines that are doing it are looking at 100% vaccination for their crew members. So they will expect it from you as well.
Right.
They can't demand it. And if you don't want to do that, and there are people out there who do not want to get these vaccinations, I've talked to them, then don't expect to do certain things because no one will allow you to do that.
That's right.
And they have the right to do that.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's another fine example of, because the rules are fluid and changing. If you want to try and take one of these staycations or do a Disney cruise or MSC or Viking or whatever, call a travel agent. I mean, we got to keep track. And what I don't want is somebody out there who can't come back home.
Yeah.
Who get out there and you think you got it all handled and you can't get on the ship and you're stuck.
Yep.
Because it comes down to a lot of tiny little rules that once again, if you don't read the fine print, you're going to be stuck somewhere and you're going to be out of your dream of a lifetime vacation and not know what to do. So there's hope out there. That's the big takeaway. There's hope. Things are coming back. The cruise lines are gathering and they're meeting and they're having very intense meetings with the powers that be to try and get us open back up. But the keys are everything that we talk about on this podcast, specifically at the end. Wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. Get your Fauci ouchie when it's your turn. Get your little paper and put it in an important place, like with your passport, right? So put it with your passport. because you're going to need it when you start traveling. Mine's always within an arm's reach, man. So, yeah.
Never know when you're going to have to.
I never know when I need to flee the country.
Right.
I mean, travel the country.
That's right.
Yeah. So, have you seen this woman? Yeah.
Facial recognition. You'd be amazed what she can do.
Yeah, right.
To avoid.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I could let my mustache and beard grow.
That's right. Well,
Anyway.
thanks for that update. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
like
it's just
I had seen a lot. Yeah, and I had seen a lot going around and wanted to just address it.
And it's exciting, but don't put the cart before the horse, right?
Yeah,
we still have a little more to go before we can get there.
Yeah, but we're getting there. We are getting there.
Yes.
And that's exciting. So, hey, I think that's it. I think that's all the news we got this week. That was a lot.
Let's see. Actually. I fussed at you and we talked about things. And then you fussed at me.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's everything. It is a whole show. It's our whole shit. I think that's everything.
I didn't get fired, but
no, you didn't get fired this week.
I got fired in Florida one time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You did.
It was
rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's all.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And after being with each other for a full week, that's saying something.
We're still talking.
We are still talking.
You're going to get rid of me, but that's cute. You're adorable.
I know.
Have I told you that?
Yeah, I know.
Ding. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks everybody for watching and listening. We really appreciate it. We know you can get your news and information about Disney anywhere, and it means a lot to us that you decide to spend time with us. And hopefully you're laughing with us and getting the information that you want. We really do enjoy doing it.
If you're not getting the information, just laugh.
Just laugh. It's okay. And you can laugh at us. It's really okay.
With that.
We're okay with that. Yeah, it's totally okay. So be sure that you leave a comment. Let us know what you think. You know, if we talked about some things that you have a different opinion about on this podcast, maybe you don't like the cupcake that I talked about. Maybe you think it's ugly.
But you still want to see him eat one on the air.
You still want to see me put my face in it.
Please, God. Let's make it a thing.
Let's make it happen. So let us know. We really appreciate it. Richard Perry sent us a little note that he so much enjoys the podcast.
Aww.
And and likes the streaming. He's glad he found the streaming. So thank you, Richard, for that. And also make sure that you leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcast if you are listening to the podcast version of this. We would really appreciate that. It helps this podcast out a lot. And also, I keep saying and also do all the things.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Not only do you get one, you get two. No, just pay the shipping and handling.
I knew he was going to say that part. He couldn't leave it out. Yeah,
couldn't leave it out. Be sure that you share this podcast and this show with other people. That will help us grow our tribe and our group even further. And that is exciting. We love that. We love growth, and we love sharing it with more and more people. Our love of Disney. Because if you haven't noticed, we do kind of like it.
Yeah, we do. We
do. We may complain about some things, but we do kind of like it.
Yeah. Speaking of slight complaint, but yet I love you dearly. Miss Heather, thank you for your response about the cake. I appreciate that. I do.
Right. Because last week we talked about the fact that
and she said it was a raspberry filling. And do you remember the kind of cake it was?
It was what's the kind that has all the different colors in it?
Birthday cake. It was like confetti cake.
Confetti cake, right.
Confetti cake.
Right.
So if you weren't listening, go back and listen. When we were down there for a wedding. There was a cake moment.
Yes, there was.
And Heather figured it out. So thank you, Heather.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So it was, it was her wedding. I hope she'd know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, also, if you want to get a hold of me, you can at jim@thegoofyguy.com, or you can just go to thegoofyguy.com. And if you want to listen to any of our past podcasts, you can either find them on Apple Podcast or Spotify, any place you get your podcasts, or you can go to thegoofyguy.com, click that podcast link, and you can find all of our podcasts right there. So please feel free to do that. Also, be sure that you like the video on YouTube. Smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. Follow us on Facebook. Be sure you like that page on Facebook so you get all the notifications of what's happening. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Pinterest. I actually posted on Pinterest today.
What? What?
I know.
It's like I don't
I
even
know. You
know
don't even
you
know me anymore. I know.
I
You don't
don't
even know me
understand
anymore.
that. I don't.
So
We're
I
not
think
on
I
Stitcher
actually
yet, are we?
posted twice on Pinterest
Ooh,
today.
I'm gonna have to go look now. Are we on
So
Stitcher yet? Are we?
oh yes, we're on Stitcher.
Okay, just
Yeah, we're
checking.
on Stitcher.
I had that
Uh,
question this week.
yes,
So
we are on
I
Stitcher.
had no answer to it.
Yeah, yes, we are. We are almost any place that has podcasts. We're on radio.com. We're
That was what I thought.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Almost any place that you can get a podcast, I believe we're on. And if we're not someplace that you want to get it, let us know and we'll get on it.
Okay.
We'll be happy to do that for you. So also be sure you check out the new blog post. I saw Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yes.
And I wrote a review on the blog about that.
Nice.
So be sure you go out to the blog and check
And
that
it's
out. And while you're
today, yeah.
That's right. And while you're out there, sign up for the newsletter. I send out a weekly newsletter, keep everybody up to date about what's going on at
I get the
Goofy
newsletter because
Guy.
I forget what we talked about.
Yeah, it's the truth. She does. So you can keep up on what's happening at Goofy Guy Studios. Hey, Miss Julie.
Yes.
Did I say? I didn't. So on Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter, it's the Goofy Guy blog. Yes. On Facebook, it's the Goofy Guy. On YouTube, it's the Goofy Guy. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I think that's
I threw off your mojo again.
Yeah, you did throw it off. Yeah, I get in that role and then you stop me.
And then I stop him and he's like, wait, what did I say? Yeah, that was my fault. Yeah. Now I will say, Yetson thinks that's really funny when I throw you off. So anyway, I'm just kidding.
Thanks, Yetson. Thanks. So, Miss Julie, where can they find you?
I am so easy to find. If you go on out to cftravelco.com, say it with me, everyone. That's crazyfortravel.com. If you go out there, you'll find my cute little face and the hubby's cute little face. Yeah, he's normally right over there. He's not right now. He's pretend. But
I don't know where I'm pointing. I
don't know, but put that thing away before you poke my eye out.
It stops me. I can't. I've tried.
Yeah.
It doesn't let me.
Anyway, go out to cftravelco.com. You'll find us. If you hit the chat button, it goes to my phone. I'm more than happy to chat with you. Also, last night at dinner, our friend John said he loves that we're streaming and that he likes to be able to see our expression to each other rather than just hear it and see it. He likes to see it for himself. So, because he kind of gets a kick out of it when I frustrate the crud out of you. Who? Oh, said that out loud. Goofy. He's like, you can tell when he's like, okay. But he likes it, so
good.
Welcome.
Good. I appreciate that. Yes. Share it, John. Tell your friends. Get other people watching.
Yes, please.
Hey, everybody, take care of yourselves out there. COVID is still a thing. Even though I got my first vaccination, I still have to take care of myself and other people. Check on your friends, check on your families, check on your loved ones. Make sure they're okay. Stay safe. Be smart. Yeah. Be smart. Don't be like the people in Miami where they're out partying and then they had to put a curfew in place and then they had to put martial law into place.
Well, that's a different topic because there were some choices made ahead of time that probably shouldn't have happened.
That's exactly right.
But anyway,
be safe, be smart, take care of yourselves. Wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. Remember, I wear my mask for you. I don't wear it for me. So please, please, please wear your masks. And with that, I think it's time to say goodbye, Julie.
Bye, Julie.
We'll talk to you all later.